Whenever you think about doing something, think about whether this action that you are about to undertake is going to serve you well in the long run or harm you in the long run. There are certain things that give us immediate pleasures, but are not good for us in the long term. Junk food tastes amazing most of the time, right? But if you always eat junk food, you are harming your body 10 years from now, 15 years from now. And you have to pay the price. The bill comes eventually. That's the thing that we often forget. We think, no, just live in the moment. You only live once, things like that. And don't get me wrong, having one cheat meal a week, maybe two, it's not the end of the world. But if you live a life where you prioritize pleasure, sometimes directly and sometimes indirectly, it's going to damage you. The bill will come eventually. Nowadays, you can separate the cost of pretty much anything. You can pay in installments. Klarna's a big thing, right? You can even Klarna a restaurant meal that you went on, a $60 meal. You can pay it in installments over 3 months, $20 this month, $20 the next month, and then $20 the month after that. That's damaging because the bill still has to be paid. You've had your meal, but the payments are still due. This applies to absolutely everything that you do in life. When you cower away, let me tell you this, when you cower away from opportunities, in the future, you will see the damaging impacts of your cowardice. You will remain broke. Decades later, you'll be struggling to pay the bills. Sadly, that's why we have so many people in their 60s and even late 60s and early 70s that still need to work. Now, I'm not saying that they were cowards, all of them, but a lot of them could have made better decisions earlier on in life. They could have learned a skill that would have allowed them to make more money, or got a qualification, or done something that would have put them ahead of most people. And now it's easier than ever. Now it's easier than ever to learn a new skill, to become qualified at something. There are online educational courses now. You don't even have to attend anywhere, any physical location. You can do everything online. So it would be a damn shame to not take advantage of this golden era to develop yourself. If you do not do what is hard today, your life will be hard tomorrow. I'm going to say that again. If you do not do what is hard today, your life will be hard tomorrow. Or as Les Brown says, if you do what is easy, your life will be hard. And if you do what is hard, your life will be easy. Of course, going through the process isn't always going to be comfortable. It isn't. But the pain grows you. When you go to the gym, this is the perfect example, and I'm wearing my wife beater on my tank top because I just finished the session at the gym. My mum doesn't like it when I wear tank tops on my channel. She's like, Ali, you don't look professional. I know, Mum, I'm sorry. If you're watching this, I'm sorry. But I want to be authentic here with the people. Okay, I just felt inspired. I thought, you know what, let me just give them the talk whilst I'm fresh out the gym. The pump is still going, right? So when you go to the gym, what is the objective from going to the gym? It's to put your muscles under physical stress. It's to tear the muscles apart so that they grow back bigger and stronger. And so many of us go to the gym knowing that. We're perfectly fine with that. Okay? We're perfectly fine with that deal, with that arrangement. But when it comes to learning a new skill that would make you more money, all of a sudden now you're Mr. Skeptical. No, but these things don't work. You don't apply the same principle that you do to the gym to other disciplines, other areas of your life. And they could massively impact other areas of your life. Nothing is worse than regret, gentlemen. And you don't have to be 60 or 70 to feel regret. You can be 35 and you can be reminiscing on your mid-20s up until your early 30s. And you're reminiscing over the years that you wasted at crap jobs. But you were too scared to apply to a different job because you didn't think you were qualified enough. So you stayed in that shitty, low-paid job where you're disrespected, overworked, underappreciated. And it's all coming back to you now. You're thinking, I could be way further ahead right now had I not been a coward. It's gotta piss you off where you are right now. It has to be. If you're not satisfied, if you're satisfied, different story. Okay? But if you're not satisfied with where you are right now, it's gotta piss you off. As Ray Lewis says, a very famous quote, you gotta be pissed off for greatness. It's gotta annoy you. It's gotta eat at your consciousness, right? How am I in this mundane position? I'm living the same crap life. Day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. Something has to change, for goodness sakes. There's a quote, most people die at 25 but are only buried at 75. What does it mean? It means that most people check out at 25. They stop believing in their dreams at 25. They settle for a safe job. They lose the spark in their eyes. They're no longer that kid with a big dream. Now they're just a zombie, a rat in the system. There's a very famous picture of thousands of rats in the London Underground with suits and bags, and they're going into the tube, heading to work. They're just lost. And there's nothing wrong with having a job. I'm not anti-jobs here. If anything, there are some fantastic jobs that will help you achieve your dreams. Absolutely. It's when you're in an environment that you dislike and you're not doing anything about it. And sometimes it's not your employer's fault, by the way. Sometimes the reason you've been at that crap job is because you're not skilled enough to get a better one. Let's just keep it real here for a second. If you were better, you would have commanded a higher salary. Sometimes they just pay you what you're worth. You're crap. You're not good enough. You're not valuable enough to the marketplace to demand a higher salary. We have to keep it honest with ourselves. In order to grow, we have to keep it real. We can't chat shit. Can't sweet talk ourselves, give ourselves some fluff. No, you're amazing the way you are. No, you're not. Your compensation is linked to the value that you produce. The more valuable you become to the marketplace, the more money you can demand. So sometimes you need to go back to the drawing board and tell yourself, right, I'm clearly not good enough here. I need to perform. Maybe you've just been slacking at the job you've got. You've just been looking at your watch and thinking, fuck, when am I going to leave? Right, you're there, but you're not there. You're not performing. And maybe the company is a great company. The management is great. The commission structure is great, but you're just being a lazy bum. In which case, get off your fucking ass and start performing, and you will reap the rewards of your labor. Okay? Demand more of yourself. Raise the expectations you have of yourself. Because if you do not, you will tolerate mediocrity. You will hover at the same level for decades. Nothing will change. And if you're around people that are not dreamers, people that are pessimistic, negative, low performers even, so maybe they're not negative, but they're just low performers. If you're around low performers all the time, your base level is going to be low as well for what you believe is possible. When you're around somebody that makes your annual income every month, it fucks you up in a good way. It makes you think, hang on a second. This is possible. This is what these people make you believe. They make you believe that greatness is possible, that you can achieve more. You're like, this is a mortal human being that eats, shit, sleeps just like me. If he can do that, so can I. It makes you believe. So we need to keep it real with ourselves. And you know you better than I do. I know myself, and I keep it real with myself. Not being negative, but it comes from a place of tough love. Because I know what I'm capable of, I'm hard on myself. And it's time that you become hard on yourself. Audit your life right now. Think about where you're heading. Could you do more? You know, this work ethic conversation is one that I didn't like to have early on in my 20s. I just thought, people that said work hard, they're just, broke wages that believe in the old way of working. Now it's all about smart money and working smart. No, you have to work hard. It's not about just working smart. You have to work hard. Work hard and smart. Perfect scenario. But there's no substitute for hard work. Hard work will beat talent when talent doesn't work. I'm going to say that again. Hard work will beat talent when talent doesn't work. And some of you guys, maybe you've been complimented too much. Oh, you're so good at this, you're so good at that. Now you just think you're some special fucking individual who was sent from the heavens, So you don't feel like you need to work that much. And then you get lapped by some dude who's far less talented than you, but he's just so much hungrier and works so much harder than you do. There's always more that we have in the tank. Even to this day, I tell myself this. I'm like, Ali, what the fuck are you doing, man? Like, you could have squeezed way more out of the week. Every week at the end of every week, I like to, audit my week and just think about what I've done. And sometimes I'm embarrassed of my own work ethic. So this is a message to me as well as you guys. We need to keep it real with ourselves when it comes to our work ethic. There is always more that can be done. Raise the expectations that you have of yourself. Ali, you better fucking increase the work ethic. Otherwise, nothing will change for you. You can't be talking about achieving this and achieving that if you're still operating at the same level that got you to your initial goals. Because to get to your new goals, you have to become somebody completely new. You can't be the same guy and reach new heights. You have to change. And on that note, guys, I want to end this video. Thanks very much for watching. If you're new here, consider subscribing and leave a comment as well. It really helps with the algorithm. I'll catch you guys in the next one.